now. It's been a weird. It's so weird. Every time I see Seth, hey yo, and then, anytime I see Seth from the oh, smart. That is exactly. Oh, that is how he injured him. First Universal Champion. Seth looks like when it's further away, it looks like Dolph Ziggler, and it keeps throwing me off because he's got more blonde in his hair now than he did before with this shield. Coup de grace time. Oh, stomp, no. Why does he keep fighting with his bandana in his pocket, man? I don't like what they've done to Finn, man. Roll up. He's gonna powerbomb him, isn't he? Oh, the strength on him. Oh. The one thing I will say is, Seth is at a level. He's been at it for years, but him, people like The Miz as well. Obviously, people like Roman are stomp! I think we'll talk about this in Final Four, because this is over. Stomped his face into the canvas. Ooh. Theory's match earlier was great, and I love this character after he snapped. This is way better than him carrying the Money in the Bank briefcase. Here we go. A-Town down. I'm hoping that we get I can't do a cage because I was gonna say at War Games they're not gonna be in the 5-on-5. I don't think. It's definitely not a traditional 5-on-5. So I would put Seth. Oh my God! This guy snapped tonight. I would put Seth, Theory, Bobby, Mustafa Ali maybe in a fatal 4-way match, ladder match. Oh my God! This is the. You know what I mean? I criticised last week when he failed to cash in, and I'm still sticking by that because it was a waste of a briefcase. You could have. It wasn't so much him losing; it was so much of the briefcase just being null and void once he failed to cash in. But if this is what it's going to do to his character, A-Tain down again. He's destroyed Dolph tonight. Destroyed Seth. And he looks unhinged. He looks got a bit of Ace Ventura about him. And if that is the case, then I'm here for it. Yeah, man. So I mean, we got the main event: Seth Rollins versus Finn Bálor. Might as well just go over Raw real quick. Not gonna go for individual matches. I'm just gonna say the Raw felt a bit weird to me. I'm not really a guy who I'm always trying to work on my concentration levels and stuff like that because the world's gonna be crazy. So I'm not tending to pick up my phone and stuff when I'm watching programs anyway. But if this did feel like a Raw where you could pick up your phone at certain points and go and surf the internet and then stay tuned with it but not stay locked in. I didn't, but it felt like you could have. I felt myself like, certain parts of Raw was a bit. It's just too long, Raw. It's just too long, and it doesn't matter how many great, really good Raws Triple H put on since he's been back. It's still never going to be enough because it's too long and the stories are not cohesive enough. And I think they've got this method, which is not just Triple H, Vince was doing it as well, where it's like every build-up to a pay-per-view it takes over everything, and then there's no cohesive storyline what runs through. So, for example, we knew that this was coming at Survivor Series. We spoke about this on the channel many a times, and it feels like, okay, we're running out of time, so we've got these women who are all together already, pretty much 3 and 4. So let's just add a few people into it. When it comes to SmackDown, we don't know where that's gonna go, but it's looking like it. I don't know. You're either gonna get Judgment Day and the OC with 2 people added on, or you're gonna get the Bloodline versus the Sneaky Blinders and Drew. So it feels like we're going in that direction, and I like it being a bit more cohesive, but it just feels rushed. It feels rushed. We had Roman versus Logan, and then we get to the next SmackDown, and all of a sudden there's Drew back and all this stuff and Sheamus, and on this it just feels like Miriam's here last week. Let's throw her in this. We got Rhea Ripley. I know everyone's not going to agree with me, And I'm not saying that it's not the way to go. I'm just saying it feels like it should have been built more from a while ago. To be fair to Damage Control and Bianca's team and stuff like that, it has been building for a little bit, but they've had so many matches already that it just feels irrelevant. It would feel fine if they had a few singles matches, but they've had a match every week against each other in some capacity, and that's the problem. You're giving it us all, so when it gets to a pay-per-view, it's pointless. Imagine if you was watching, if Raw was like a Netflix show, and you gave us everything in the Netflix show, and then the movie comes out, and you just give us the same thing. You wouldn't want to watch it, and that's how I feel about Raw. What I will put over is that the matches were pretty good. I like what they did to Austin Theory. Still don't agree with the briefcase, but I like what they done with him. Hopefully that was his idea. Seth making the title feel important. The Miz doing the Miz stuff, he was fun again. But the storyline's stupid, but it's already there, so continue with that. So I didn't mind that as well. I watched Dana Brooks' interview backstage, the exclusive interview. And I liked it, but then she just came and lost. And no one cared. So they need to do something with Dana, send her back to NXT. He worked with her tag team partner Mandy, and you see she's flying. Baron and JBL backstage with Tozawa, I thought that was fun as well. Can do a bit more there. Felt APA vibes on it backstage, but you know. And yeah, that's kind of it for me. I'm not going to go over the top and say it was incredible or anything like that. Let me just run through on here and see if there's any matches. Mia Yim had a match with Tamina, no one gives a damn about that. I think I covered everything. We'll see what happens in Survivor Series, but it feels like for me, Survivor Series is going to be great just because the matches are going to end up good or great finishes, but I don't think the overall is going to be that good. And remember, the Survivor Series over the years, it's not so much a storyline with the 5-on-5, but it's a storyline between individuals in the 5-on-5. That's how the traditional 5-on-5 worked back in the 90s and early 2000s. I'm not being some dinosaur, by the way. I'm just saying that they call it the traditional Survivor Series. They call it the traditional 5-on-5. So let's not change tradition too much when it worked. But I'm glad they got rid of the SmackDown versus Raw thing, because I think that's stupid. You know what I mean? Waiting every year for like the Raw champion to fight the SmackDown champion, but there's no title on the line. Why would I care? So I've been Boy Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I know people are waiting for Savage Talk still. I'll put one on this week because we've got the World Cup coming up, and when the World Cup comes up, for that time I won't be able to do Savage Talk because the football matches are on every day. But what I will do is I'll put some videos in between, get this Patreon on the go.